Okay, so, the day before summer vanished, right? Um, it was a pretty normal day. Um, I was pretty tired, didn't feel good that day. I do recall, um, what had happened was Voldemort had, I believe, um, gotten off early or something. Uh, or there was an appointment I had. I don't really, I'd have to look back at messages, honestly. So, uh, I took a nap, um, and then woke up mid-evening, like, and, I had to go out to get things, obviously, for the day, like dinner and, normal stuff, right? Normal routine day for most people other than probably the cancer nap. And, you know, we were still hearing saw noises, but our dogs weren't barking. And like I said, ours were worn out. However, Candace and them still did, you know, bark and things. Um, but paid no never mind to, we get in Voldemort's truck, start down the hill, um, and uh, my car sat at the bottom of the driveway for the most part. Uh, anyway, mind you, before JD had ever shown up, when the property lines were run, the survey lines, that type of thing, and markers put on the iron property stakes. That way, whoever bought it could get the visual idea, right? Um, there had also been posted signs, no trespassing, that sort of thing. That way, they'd have a visual idea where they needed to walk, where they needed to. You obviously hear my small herd of elephants here. It's a little loud where we're temporarily staying. Um, yeah, but teenagers, right? And preteens. Well, an adult and a preteen. But anyway, so we start on the driveway, and I think I'm seeing things. I really think I see the rear end of a vehicle parked on one side of the driveway, and I'm like, no, I'm just not going to say anything to Voldemort because I think I'm seeing things. But then Voldemort realizes he sees it too, and things are getting ready to go real sideways. So we get to that spot in the driveway, which is, basically at the bottom of it. And the truck is barely stopped. And this part right here is why I can guarantee you that JD calls it Ben Hill. And at this point, it's kind of my favorite term for it as well. Um, can't disagree with him. So anyway, and probably for the same reason. So anyway, Voldemort jumps out of the truck and loses it on JD. Even I didn't think, and it was rare for that particular. It was on other people, but this time it was, and I was like even surprised myself, and thought I wasn't really gonna calm him down at all. But I sent Baltimore eventually, because what JD had done was, there are two particular trespassing signs, as you can see in some of his photos. Kind of made it a challenge, because he chose those. I mean, like, most people are going to go to the left or the right of no trespassing signs, right? JD didn't do that. JD cut through my lights, my decorative lights. He had a chainsaw and apparently been cutting trees down and all kinds of things to park that vehicle directly in between two no trespassing signs, like a challenge. It was kind of mind-blowing, honestly. And also probably the wrong neck of the woods to do that in. That road in particular does have a reputation. Probably the worst inside of the community, other than one other one. For bad things. So, anyway, I get Voldemort calmed down. I send him back up the hill to get the giant survey map that had been framed, because it's so old. That way nobody could, wouldn't break and things. Anyway, and, the calls and the papers and everything, from the courthouse and stuff that show the calls and all that. And let me make it clear, the survey map was made by that family that property piece JD bought belonged to. So it wasn't the survey map for this piece. It actually went with and was paid for by that family in 77, 76, and right before the deed, so which is like 77. And I have pictures of it and things, and the up-close spot that's in question and that type of thing. But anyway, so I'd see him up in case, because that was my plan, right? That's what I thought the family wanted me to do, was here's the paperwork, here are the things, kind of let me show you around, here where issues are going to be, like, here's your, anyway, Voldemort kind of ruined that with the attitude, and I don't think it would have helped anyway, just because of, and I'm sure he might be watching in here, but just because of JD's own behaviors, oh boy, it was a day, let me tell you. So, when Voldemort came back down with the things, JD wouldn't even really look at them, was having none of it. Also, it started on me that JD wasn't real interested in, because he could absolutely visualize where the markers were and the lines had been run, but didn't seem real interested in facing that. And he handed us at one point just a GIS map. And if you know anything about properties, it even says on, like usually where those come from, or the county websites and things, they are not to be in place of surveys. There's a reason for that, because GIS data is just tax data. It's what you're taxed on. It's not what the actual parcel is. It does not make up for a survey. Boy, it does not. And whoever had sold it to him, that's what they gave him, was just a blown up picture of GIS data, which is some of what I've seen, and mostly what I've seen in these groups being shared, or you all sharing GIS data. It is not the same as parcel and survey maps. Not even remotely close. And so he handed that to us, and it was kind of laughable, but I was like, look, and I had to kind of force him to be like, look, will you take pictures of this? That way, and the actual survey map, and I'm sorry you've been kind of misled, but don't take it out on us. And by this point, things had, whoo! And Voldemort goes up to his uncles. Hold on.